What's good, everybody? My name is Chris Mayer, and I'm here from Boston Indies to welcome you to the Boston Game Dev Holiday Party 2020. I'm, of course, joined by your host, Alyssa McCallion. Alyssa, take it away.
Thanks, Chris. Welcome, everyone, to the Boston Game Dev Virtual Holiday Party. We're super psyched to share the show with you tonight. Chris, I think you can agree that this has been such a labor of love among all of the devs that have collaborated with us on this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We all love these good folks out there. We just want to get out here and show it.
Yes, we do, for sure. With all of our hearts. And with that, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the groups that made this event possible. Boston Indies, of course, my folks over at Boston Postmortem, I love you guys. Women in Games Boston, Boston Unity Group, and Game Audio Boston. Please give these groups a big round of applause. They so deserve it. I can't hear the applause, but I know it's happening.
It's happening.
And I also want to give a quick shout out to the performance lineup tonight. Unicorn Princess, Killpete, Mike Soltoff, Richie Branson. You guys all rock on and off the screen. I can't wait for you all to experience what they have in store for you. And before we kick things off, I just wanted to do a quick rundown of the show tonight. Before we get started, just want to let you guys know we have a Discord, folks. It's up and running, and the link to it will be in chat on our meetup page and on all the socials. Check in there to chat with your buds, make some new ones, post pics from the evening. Chris Mayer has an awesome photo booth that's set up in the pictures channel. Check it out. You can also check the schedule of events, and of course, that's where the after party's happening. You do not want to miss out on the going-ons in the Discord chat, so hop in there and see what's happening. And lastly, just a bit of background about tonight. This really does go without saying, but this has been an exceptionally challenging year for our game dev community. The pandemic has really impacted us all individually in vastly different ways, and I just wanted to take a minute to address that tonight as a celebration of the innovation, the perseverance, and the unity that our community members have shown over the course of this year. For instance, our game dev groups have worked so hard to find virtual ways to engage and inform the community to the point where they're still meeting with consistency and attracting new members. That is no small feat, you guys. If you've worked alongside any group that's been active during this transition, please feel proud of what you're doing. Even if it's hard, even if it's just for a second, just feel proud just for tonight. That's all we ask. And as for the devs that have launched games this year, it's an incredibly selfless thing to put your time, energy, and creativity into something for the world to enjoy, especially when this has been such a hard year to be motivated and to find that creative joy. So please do not discount that. We appreciate you and we congratulate you. And lastly, guys, tonight's not just a celebration about work productivity. Those who've created spaces to engage in online gaming sessions, Jackbox Hangs, shout out to you, Mary Avina, if you're in chat. They host weekly Jackbox Hangs for Harmonix. Even just after work hangout Zooms, you guys are so appreciated and celebrated tonight. So with all this being said, we just want to extend a big thank you to everyone who created an outlet for our community to be heard, to feel joy, and to help us realize that we aren't alone. So thank you from all of us to all of you. And now let's get on with our show. I'm going to hand it over to Chris, who's going to play a very special surprise congratulating the devs who've launched games this year. Chris, take it away.
Let's actually go. We got a nice big crowd out here. Let's pan across and say hi to everybody out there.
Oh my gosh.
Check it out. Hello, everybody. Oh yeah, I'll give you all a second to start mashing some emotes out there.
Yeah, no, this chat is going to be off the hook. I can feel it.
Look at that. You can also set your color with a bang, color, space, and then hex code. You can see like Kate down here has this nice purple. Ooh. Anyway, let's check out that video.
What could be more 2020 than a simulation comedy game about a 1950s suburban housewife whose home is being invaded by Cthulhu? Experiencing slowly losing our minds in the face of eldritch madness sounded like the perfect theme from Trumbus Studios. You know when a game has you build gardens, create wells, and use yoga balls and puppet shows to keep your adorable little drakes happy, it's going to be a hit. Brought to life by the molasses flood, Drake's Hollow is a great world to lose yourself in. 3 out of 10. A game where you control developers in the world's worst video game studio. Built by Joe Mirabello and his team at Terrible Posture Games, it's the world's first playable sitcom, and hits nice and close to home for many of us. Underwater co-op action met its match with the launch of Swimsanity from Decoy Games, where up to 4 players smash through up to 150 challenges. Whether swimming on the Switch or playing on the PC, you're guaranteed to have a smashing good time underwater. Rome wasn't built in a day. The Dejobon City Builder challenges you to do the best you can with just 20 minutes on the clock. Waste management has never seemed so possible. Choose your battle mage and unleash hell on your opponents in Proletariat's Battle Royale Spellbreak. Dunk on your enemies with invisibility, teleportation, and unlimited fireballs. Plus, you can play against your friends on any platform you choose. In this sequel to the award-winning Mondrian, Abstraction and Beauty, you play as 5 great 20th century artists as you uncover the lost masterpieces of the modernist movement. Built by Lantana Games, we got to explore art and art history like we never had before. Pixel Puzzle Makeout League. What's not to like? Puzzle games? Good. Dating sims? Good. An anthropomorphic jigsaw puzzle piece? Good. And let's not forget the puzzle puns aplenty in Rude Ghost's latest saga. Ever wanted to be a DJ? Fuser from Harmonix lets you do just that. Jam out, mix up your favorite tunes from Donna Summer's Hot Stuff to Dua Lipa's Don't Start Now. Become a musical legend in your own right. Set in a Norse-inspired world, Gunhildr was brought to life by Rat Dog Games. 2020 saw this stylish action game come to life where you embark on a journey across Niflheim through dynamically generated dungeons and free the worlds from the Prime's grasp. 2020 brought home awards and nominations for several Boston game developers. Among them were the duo of Zyba and Luigi at Pop Cannibal, who won a prestigious BAFTA award for Game Beyond Entertainment, beating out nominees like Death Stranding, Life is Strange 2, and Civilization 6. Their game, Kind Words, was also nominated for the Games for Impact Award at the Game Awards. Showing that being kind on the internet truly is possible, the team at Pop Cannibal outdid themselves with their indie darling, also earning an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam, with 98% of players recommending it. Congrats, Pop Cannibal. The musical puzzle game Kine from Gwen Frey's Chump Squad Studio also took home awards this year, with Kine winning Best Game Developed by a Woman or Female Team from the Women in Games Global Game Awards, as well as winning awards for its soundtrack from Shell Wong. The whole Boston game development community is proud of the recognition Kine and Chump Squad have received, and we can't wait to see what they bring next.
Let's give a round of applause to all the folks out there who put games out this year. Everybody who announced something. Everyone who's out there grinding on some cool project they're going to announce next year. Let's say hi. Oh, nope. Wait, I had one of these set up for this.
We're going to get there. This is the fun part.
Yeah, that's close enough. And here's Alex, maker of that video. Hi, Alex.
Hey, how's it going?
Wow.
Great to see everyone. I think it's super exciting and fun in general just to recap everything that we've done so far. I know it's always refreshing for me to look back and every year and say, hey, listen, this is this was an exceptional year for us. It wasn't that long ago that we had totally different studios putting out games. I think it's just a testament to the 40 years of Boston game development that we've had in this area. If you go to bostonvideogames.com, you can see a whole timeline and history of all the amazing games that we've made right here in Boston, and just seeing all of them come through at the end of the year, it's pretty special. So I'm just super excited to be part of the community, and I can't wait to see what 2021 brings.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
And actually, if anyone is looking for a nice virtual holiday gift this year. We have a Steam curator page set up with a bunch of games made right here in Boston, so you can get out there and support your pals and buy some great games. Also, in the Epic Games sale that's going on right now, Fuser is on sale, and you can get it for, I think it's $30 with a $10 off coupon. So I did that earlier today. I don't know, check it out.
Hey, thanks, Chris Mayer, for your support.
But yeah, if there's anyone out there in the chat who has a favorite Boston game they played this year, wow, I got a lot of water in my beard.
And also, if your game was
that water or is it rum?
It's rum.
If your game was featured on here, please make yourself known. We'd love to say hi. Also, special shout out to Manny Malaya, who put together that video. That was awesome. It totally blew us away when we saw it, and it keeps blowing us away every time we watch it. So thank you, Manny, for that. And also a shout out to Kate Olgian for Call of Karen, who just recently joined the board of Boston Postmortem. So
let's give them a round of applause.
Yeah. I will forever do this. The full round. And also my buds over at Proletariat for Spellbreak as well. That's super exciting. And of course, my Harmonix fam for the launch of Fuser. We are still trucking away at that game, and we are so excited to see the community that's building off of it. So congrats, guys.
Yeah, anybody else in the chat got a favorite Boston game? Another one of mine actually this year was Drake Hollow, which I think I only beat about 5 games this year, and Drake Hollow was one of them. Absolutely love that game. Really great, kind of accessible take on the survival-y, buildy genre. So yeah, shout out to Forrest and the folks over at Molasses Flood.
Yeah, I think they deserve an extra special shout out because not only did they bring Drake Hollow to life, they also were one of the final presenters and final exhibitors at the apparently the last PAX of 2020.
Oh man, y'all remember that?
Doesn't seem like it was 9 months ago, but it was.
Yeah, you remember that, Alex, standing there at a booth that we stole from another company and hugged 80,000 people for 2 days?
In true game developer fashion, we made do with what we had, and we cannibalized a game developer who couldn't make it into the United States because they were coming from China and happened to be right next to our booth. So cheers to them for making PAX East 2020 happen.
It was a true DIY effort for sure. I especially loved the ambiance at your booth. You guys did something really special with just the lighting. It was a very calming presence on the show floor for sure.
Well, of course, that amazing sign with a logo designed.
Yeah, whoever made that logo was talented.
It's certainly a graphic design.
Anyway, it's 7:17 here. Should we do a little trivia?
I think we should. Should we summon the trivia wizard?
Thanks, Alex. We'll see you later.
Woo! Woo!
Trivia wizard.
No. Trivia wizard is having some video problems.
It takes a while. Travel takes a while these days.
But that's all right.
I feel very green today. Hello, everyone. I will be your trivia wizard this evening. Tonight, we have many questions to uncover. How much do you know about Boston's game dev history? Will you walk away with a prize? Did I buy this hat at a Party City 2 hours ago? Some of these things we'll never know. Now here's the rules. First, the first person who manages to answer each question correctly will win a Steam key for free. If you do, please message me at OneTrueLorn on Discord, and I'll get you set up. 1 key, 1 person. You can only win 1. All right? Now, without further ado, let's begin. What former Cambridge studio produced a genre-defining interactive fiction title in 1977 that is one of the most well-known video games in history? Name the studio or the game. You have 30 seconds. Will someone get it right?
You put answers in the
Put
chat.
it in the chat.
Maybe read the question one more time.
That's absolutely right.
Oh.
We have a winner already. Congratulations to D Strawberry Girl with the answer of Zork by Infocom that October Moon also got. Please message me on Discord for your Steam keys, and we'll sort that out after the trivia. But don't worry to all you who didn't get it in time, because we have 2 more questions this round. So, without further ado, the next question. What 2016 IGF Audience Award-winning game was made by an alum of Northeastern University? Again, the game or the developer. You have 30 seconds. Go.
Wow, that was like almost instant.
All right. Ray D99 is the winner of 1 brand new old Steam key. Please message me on Discord at your leisure. I see we have a lot of people who know their Boston game dev history, and that makes the Trivia Wizard very, very happy.
There's at
But
least
don't worry,
3.
you'll have Oh yeah. Definitely at least 3. We have, speaking of 3, one final third question. And that is, what year was the first Boston Festival of Indie Games? You have 30 seconds. Go.
Of course, the Boston Festival of Indie Games is returning soon, January...
And we have a winner already.
Wow. 18th? Wait, what day is...
JJN Creating.
I don't remember. I think Caro's in the chat. Caro's, when is BFIG?
Even I don't know.
What's the platform you guys are using to
It's either the
allow
16th
people to access it?
or the 17th. Access what?
The exhibit. Or is it just going to be all posted online somewhere?
Oh yeah, they're using this awesome thing called Gather Town, which is a kind of a virtual... I don't even know how you describe it. It kind of looks like Pokemon, but it's a big multiplayer space where people can kind of run around, and if you're standing next to someone, it opens a video chat for people nearby. So they're going to have a virtual show floor where you can walk around, and if you walk up to someone's booth, it'll pop up a video of the trailer for their game. Looks pretty good. Caro actually showed me the setup the other day. It's really pretty impressive.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
yeah. Boston Indies, of course,
indeed.
will be there doing something.
Well, I can't wait to check it out. We have a lot of... Did we do the 3 questions, Lauren? Sorry.
That was the 3 questions. And I was very pleased to see that we had 3 answers almost immediately. This community knows its stuff. But don't worry if you didn't make it. We'll be back with more rounds of Trivia Wizardry soon.
I guess not a lot of games out of Northeastern, maybe, is the takeaway there. Which is kind of surprising, now that I'm thinking about it, actually.
Are you
Perhaps we will see more.
I guess that one's actually probably just notable because he was still there, I think, when he was making it. Sorry, what was that?
I asked if you were going to be showing anything at BFIG.
I am not going to be showing anything this year. But I think Boston Indies is going to have a booth. We'll probably run some trailers of... actually, the deadline for submitting a booth to BFIG is today. So get on over to that website and fill out the form if you want to have a presence on the show floor. I think it's free this year. Indies is going to be there. I think we're just going to be showing off some bit show stuff. I don't really have anything specific. Maybe we'll just show some trailers for local games. Last year, we actually did a fun thing where it was either 2 or 3 booths in a row and kind of shared them with a bunch of other local devs and sold local games. And we had a physical version of the photo booth that is over in the Discord, which I'll just link again because why not? Yeah, it was a great time.
Hop in the Discord, everybody, and check out the photo booth. It's super fun. We'd love to see your pictures.
Fun
Also,
fact,
as one...
the photo booth was actually at the holiday party last year for about 25 minutes before my Surface Pro battery died.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Turns out doing installation art is complicated.
It is. And then if it goes wrong, you can spin it so that it's still installation art and nobody knows.
This dead computer is a statement on modern technology and obsolescence.
How long do memories actually last? That's the essay question right there.
The Tamer 11 in the chat, Surfaces always have such garbo battery. I will not tolerate slander against my Surface Pro. I love that thing to death. But unfortunately, I think mine is like 5 years old now, so it's pretty much over, unfortunately. Just a great game dev device, though. If you like go to a game jam or something and you have a Surface with you, you can draw on it. It can run Unreal, sort of. Does need more USB slots. Dan in the chat saying that it only has one, which is ridiculous. But what are you going to do with one USB slot? Nothing. You're gonna plug in a mouse, and then you're gonna be like, now I can't run my MIDI controller.
You can choose between a USB keyboard and a USB mouse.
Yes, the answer is to buy a hub and carry it around all the time. But I feel like that sort of defeats the purpose of having a nice, thin, portable device.
I'm looking through chat right now and just seeing everybody kind of rep their favorite games. And I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Drake Hollow for being such a beautiful game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my goodness. Like, I could look at that art all day. I would love to see concept art if it's available anywhere, if they plan on doing, anything with that on the socials or whatever. And then with Kine, it's just such an awesome sort of mechanism of using like music as a form of collaboration and communication. I love that stuff.
If you or someone you know has information about Drake Hollow concept art out there, make sure to message us.
They did post some of it on their Twitter. Not a ton, but they did a couple they did a couple posts that were like, hey, we updated this specific asset, and like Gannon, who's one of the artists over there, kind of talked about how they went from one version to the next, along with some concept art showing the evolution of that stuff. I don't know what their
It needs
Twitter
to be
is.
an art book. Forrest, make it happen. Call me, Forrest. Call me. We can make an art book together. Call me.
Alex, have you made an art book before? Is that a real thing that's happened?
I have published 2 art books for Boston designed video games. The art of Game of Thrones Ascent and the art of Star Trek Timelines,
Wow.
both of which were designed and developed by myself and a number of other people. And they celebrate some of the art made by Destructor Beam back when we made those games.
Let's give Alex a round of applause for making 2 art books.
And it's not even my job.
Were they hardcover, Alex? I know you showed them to me before, but I can't.
They are. They're hardcover. They're each are about 200 pages. They are they're limited edition. We only made 200 or so copies of them, and so I don't know how many still exist in the wild, but I was super proud of them. Frankly, like they're pretty exciting. Those who don't know, I have a huge library at home. My house is slowly becoming overrun with books. But yes, it's we got to get one. Forrest, we got to do this. Just give me a call.
I think
Alrighty,
John
buddy.
Mulaney wants a story time with Alex. He wants you to show the books on stream.
There's a lot of books. I have about 550 video game art and design books at home, so quite a few.
Yeah, my mouth dropped to the floor when I saw your library. Libraries? Do you just have one library or do you have multiple rooms?
Technically, we have 3 libraries in the house, so I know that sounds excessive, and it is. But it just goes to show that this is what happens when your hobbies go out of control, folks. It's just there's no coming back. Save yourselves. You can't save me.
Can't have too many libraries. That's what I always say.
I also want to do a super quick shout out to Chris Mayer for this awesome studio set. Like, here's the thing. You probably have seen this on Bit if you tune into Bit Show, but he really made it festive.
Yeah, look at
Like,
these nice
festive.
snowflakes. I drew these myself. Check them out. I'll get nice and close up.
Every single one.
Ooh.
They're all individual too.
You've got to turn RTX on though. Where's that ray tracing?
I do not have an RTX enabled card. Someday.
The other thing too is I've always had a dream since childhood of hosting a talk show, which I guess I'm doing tonight, and also being on TV is a separate dream, and I'm achieving both of those right now. I am on TV, at a desk, hosting a show. So this is a milestone for me.
Are you on TV or are you in TV?
Oh my gosh, that's a real existential question.
We may
Or
never
are
know.
you TV?
Anyway, it's
And
about
there we go. That's what's happening to my brain right
what
now.
is this? It's about 7:30. Should we start our
Yeah.
first musical interlude here?
Yeah, so yep, it's time to start our musical lineup. Just as a fun fact, y'all, all of our musicians are also devs. We have so much talent in our community. It stuns me. Doesn't actually stun me. It's not very surprising, but you know, everyone's got these interesting side projects going on, and that's really awesome to showcase once in a while. But yes, first up, her album Sugar came out this year, and her song Back to Boston is featured as a track in Harmonix's new music mixing game Fuser. She's also a total badass and a wonderful friend of mine, and I know many other people who are probably in the chat. Please give a warm welcome to the Unicorn Princess.
Hello. Can you guys hear and see me?
We're gonna cut to your video in just a second.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Just gonna remove all of these pins. All right.
Hi. Can you hear me? You could hear that synth? Yay. Okay, cool. I was just having so many technical difficulties, as you always do, a minute before you go on. But cool. Do you want me to just start playing, or? Okay. Cool. Let's go for it.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo! Cool, all done.
Jamie, I was dancing up a storm in my room.
Thanks. I was too afraid to look up. I was like, I need to stare at this synthesizer. I can't look away.
No, it was just all dances and smiles here.
Yay, thank you. Take that away. Yeah, I was like using this like looper pedal. I love using this thing because it's like you can have like a little sort of like orchestra in your bedroom, especially during like quarantine. It's like I really miss playing music with people, which I missed like before the pandemic. So I just like I'm always so busy. But this looper is like awesome. I use like the Flashback 4 and it's I mean, sometimes it like falls a little bit out of sync, which is like kind of weird. I think it's just a quirk with like a lot of loopers, but it's kind of awesome. I really like it.
Yeah, so first off, I love that you have the screen and screen so that we could see your face.
That
Especially
was all my boyfriend.
Yeah,
So
no,
smart.
you're so prepared. Oh my gosh. But
Yay.
yeah, what kind of space are you playing in right now?
I'm just in a room. Like I was originally gonna go downstairs like into the living room because there's more space. But this is just my work room. This is where I do all my work. And then it's like usually this synthesizer is like in this closet that you can't see, but it's like it doesn't have a door on it, so you can kind of like walk in and be in this like little like Narnia lair sort of. And but yeah, I moved it out and my boyfriend's awesome. He like let me borrow his like webcam because I was just like I feel like during our sound check I was like no one could tell what I was doing and it's like I really don't want people just like staring at me and it's like weird. So I want them to see this like synthesizer and like maybe the foot pedal too. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's like my little sock.
Yeah, seeing your play space and like all the tech is so important. And also, just a quick
Yeah.
shout out to you. You have, or to the audience rather, you have 73 people
Whoa.
who have just tuned in right now, which is great.
That's super cool. I mean, it's like I feel like it's like so awesome that people are like attending stuff like this. It's like really important to support people, but you guys are awesome and it makes me happy that people are tuning in for you guys.
My roommates literally just texted me being like, this is like big house show vibes. And I was like, remember
cool.
house shows?
Remember that? When will that ever happen again?
Well, thankfully, you just provided us one, which is awesome.
Thanks. I am in a house.
Same, honestly.
Jamie, you released an album earlier this year.
Yeah.
Do you, what was the process of recording that? I guess was it recorded during normal times or was that, I'm trying to remember what month that came out.
Yeah, so basically I actually recorded and mastered the whole album the year before. And I wrote it all. So basically I partook in this really cool like beat making / like music composition challenge, which was called Weekly Beats. And so basically like the idea behind it was like write a piece of music, fully produce it, like record it, and mix and master it within a week, and then just every week just see how much you can get done. And it's cool because it's like you start off writing like really bad music because you're just like forcing yourself and you're just like whatever. But then it's like I got into this groove where I was using this ARP and I actually didn't own the looper pedal yet, but my process was similar to it. I was just like looping myself in Pro Tools, and then I was just like re-recording, and I was able to like obviously have like a cleaner mix because this thing isn't like the most clean machine ever. But yeah, so like I was like living in New York at the time, and I was working over at NYU. I worked in their like film department. I was like one of their audio techs. And so I'd get home like really late. My hours were late, and I would write music, and all of it was just kind of like a cathartic sort of experience because I was writing about like the whole purpose of the album. I named it Sugar because like I went through so much like bad stuff that I was just like it was like trying to like maintain like being kind and good and nice to others despite being like treated the complete opposite during the specific thing I went through. So it was like stay sweet despite sour circumstances, and then I named it Sugar. So it was kind of like the idea behind it. But yeah, like so I recorded it all at home, and then my friend Damien, who worked with me at NYU, we had this like old reel-to-reel tape machine in our studio, and we all worked in audio post-production. And I always wanted to learn how to use it, and the thing was broken, and so he was like, we can still find a workaround. So he showed me like how to get it up and running despite it being broken. Like it was missing like a part that required like to like you needed it to keep like the actual reels in place. So the whole time I was, because I mastered on tape, I recorded it into Pro Tools, mixed on Pro Tools, and then I mastered it to tape. And the whole time I was like, okay, Damien, hit play. And I was like holding the reel to reel, like, so it didn't like fly off. And then it was like, we recorded it. So throughout the album, you'll hear like these weird, like, it literally just sounds like tape, like a VHS tape being like out of sync. And that was just because I accidentally moved my hand. But I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to leave it in because this is like an old like 70s synthesizer and it's not perfect and it's all analog and who cares? Like nothing about this album is perfect because my life is a shit show. So the whole thing can just be like awful, like quality if it needs to be. And I love like lo-fi. But I was really like excited about the album. So basically like all the tracks on there were my favorite ones that I created during Weekly Beats. So that, but yeah, I did it last year, and then this year I released it on my 30th birthday in June. So I was like, cool, birthday present to me. Stop being afraid of releasing stuff and just do it. So that's what
That
I did.
is awesome. Because the thing is, you posted to a bunch of us at Harmonix about it, and I forgot that it coincided with your 30th birthday.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, and it was such like a sad time of the year too, because that was actually, I really, I was planning to release it and I actually already had it set up with like Spotify, because you have to, when you do like any sort of like digital release through other platforms, it's like, you have to like schedule it. It takes like weeks to clear. So it was already like pre-scheduled, and then it was released like less than a week after George Floyd was murdered. And so I really didn't push the album because I was just like, I'm not trying to like, you know, like there's like so many more, like so much important stuff going on right now. And I really think people need to listen, especially like most of my audience is white people. So it's just like, I'm not trying to like clog up anybody's feed with stuff like that. So I really didn't push the record, and I still really haven't. But last year, Fuser, the game that we worked on, they agreed to put one of the tracks in the game. So it was really cool to see like a response after the game was released. Like people started to kind of like listen to it and find it through the game. But I will say that any of the proceeds that I made from that record, I did donate to Black Lives Matters or local organizations helping the Black community in Boston. So that's something that I really care about.
Thank you so much for being a citizen of the world, Jamie.
I try.
We
I'm not
appreciate-
perfect, but I try.
We appreciate you and your talents.
Thank
And
you.
also thank you for that super in-depth kind of story time of the conception of the album and, you know,
Yeah.
like all the nitty-gritty stuff that goes into making it. I feel like we really miss out on those stories when we're not around a table, you know, like talking
Totally.
about the projects that we're working on.
Yeah, no, totally. I think it's like, it's important. Like that's why I like working with like artists so much, like any sort of artist, whether it be like a graphic designer or a musician, because it's like I love like producing music, and I like producing music for people and with people, and just kind of like seeing the story behind it kind of just gives it its own sort of I don't know, a different vibe. I think it's like important. I think artists are just so emotional, and it's like everything just reflects itself in art, I think.
I totally agree.
So actually, on that note, I'm sort of curious.
Jamie,
What
I think we're about to move on to our next segment, but before we do, where can people reach you? How can they
Yeah.
listen to your music and support you?
You can find me. I haven't been super active in social media lately, but I have a site, jamiebillings.com, and I have the unicornprincess.com. And through the Unicorn Princess, you can find my Spotify. My Bandcamp is theunicornprincess.bandcamp.com. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And then I'm usually in this room. So if you drive by, just wear a mask and wave. I don't know.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this digital space with us, Jamie. We so appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much. Like seriously, what you guys do is awesome.
Well, hopefully we can do more of these. But anyways, best of luck, Unicorn Princess.
Thank you. Bye,
I'll
guys.
see you in cyberspace.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. All right, what are we doing next? Do we do some trivia?
Do some trivia, but before trivia, I just want to do a quick announcement. Our artists are taking tips. So if anybody wants to show their support in a monetary way, their Venmos will be posted in chat. So if you like what you heard, then show your support. They would really appreciate it. Thanks.
Actually, wait. Maybe we should just move on to our next segment because now it's 8:05.
Is it Drink Master Chris?
It could be time for a little hot buttered rum. Though I don't really have an intro or anything prepared. Who loves rum? Let's get a round of applause for rum out there. Yeah, rum. Anyway, cut to the video. What's up, everybody? Tonight, we're going to be making a very special recipe. We're going to be making hot buttered rum. Hot buttered rum I picked for 3 reasons. One, pretty straightforward ingredients. A lot of tiki drinks call for very esoteric stuff like orgeat, banana liqueur, cherry hearing, etc. Hot buttered rum, largely ingredients you're going to be able to find around your kitchen to start. Some baking spices, some butter, and of course, some rum. Number 2, very versatile recipe. You want to make this non-alcoholic, very easy to just remove the rum entirely, replace it with cider or tea, even coffee if you want to make something similar to a coffee grog. So a lot of room to play around. If you're missing an ingredient or two, not a huge deal. And number 3, it's pretty likely that the hot buttered rum originated right here in colonial New England. There's a history of buttered hot drinks that comes from the old world that predates the United States. But the first recorded instances that we know of adding spirits to those come from colonial New England, the 18th century. New England was actually a hotbed of rum production activity in that time essentially because of the triangle trade. A lot of sugar and molasses coming up from the Caribbean and then being distilled here because there was an abundance of lumber used for making barrels and that sort of thing. Plus, a lot of people had the technical skills to set up stills and distilleries. In the 1930s, actually, 2 of the foremost, tiki grandfathers, the creators of tiki as a genre, the creators of the tiki bar, Trader Vic and Don the Beachcomber, had very similar recipes for a drink called coffee grog that was basically a modified hot buttered rum that used coffee instead of hot water. And this is something that they served as an after-dinner drink at their restaurants in California in the 30s. So the coffee grog probably developed by Don Beach in about 1937. He would serve the drink himself after dinner. Instead of having the waitstaff bring it out, he would come to your table with this special mug and a ladle of flaming 151 rum and pour it right into your mug for you to kind of cap off your evening. So we have a bunch of recipes for hot buttered rum from that time. We're going to be using one that's sort of a modification of a couple of these. This recipe comes about 50% from the Hawthorne, which is a bar over in Kenmore Square, from Nicole Lebetovich, who's a bartender over there, and then about 50% from Smuggler's Cove, which is a fantastic tiki bar out in San Francisco, run by Martin Kate. Now, the recipe from the Hawthorne is a little on the spicier side, and the recipe from Smuggler's Cove is a little on the cozier, a little warmer and sweeter side. So we're kind of just going to mash those 2 things together to get the recipe we're going to use today. Now, a lot of these older recipes called for just adding butter and kind of floating it on the top of your drink. But what Trader Vic and Don Beach recommended was making a batter first, using butter and sugar and making it a kind of a paste. So that's what we're going to do here today. So first, we're going to need a half stick of butter. Now, this is softened. You want to just kind of leave this out on the counter for a few hours. Let it get to room temperature. You want it to be sort of pliable. I can kind of squeeze this and it deforms a little bit. But it's not, it's not wet. It can't be a liquid because we really need it to be able to form a nice paste. So we're just going to drop that right in there. We're going to start with a half cup of brown sugar right here. Just dump that right in. To that, we're going to add a half teaspoon of cinnamon, half teaspoon nutmeg, and then a quarter teaspoon each of clove and allspice. Now, that was something that I modified. A lot of the recipes you can find call for equal proportions of all of these spices. Personally, I found the allspice and the clove to be a little overpowering, and I want something a little sweeter, a little warmer. So I think the cinnamon and the nutmeg really, bring that together. All right, and to that we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla ice cream. Now, this is kind of recipes vary on whether they include vanilla ice cream or vanilla extract. I like the ice cream because it adds a little bit of creaminess to the drink. Really brings it all together. Probably should have left this out so it got nice and warm, but it's pretty good. And we want that to be kind of a generous tablespoon. Next, we're going to add a tablespoon of honey. And then finally, we're going to add just a pinch of cayenne. You know, again, this is pretty flexible. You can do whatever you want. I don't want this to be too hot, but I want it to have just a little zing, you know, and a pinch of a little bit of salt. If you're using salted butter, that's fine. Just skip the salt here. And now we're just going to kind of cream that. We're just going to mash that into a nice paste. That's going to be our batter. And this is actually, this will serve a whole bunch. This recipe is scaled down. This will probably be about 6 drinks total, but somewhere between 6 and 10 would be my guess. But again, you know, it depends how much you're using, what you're feeling, how much rum you're going to be putting in. Yeah, you can see this is getting nice and pasty. This will also keep for a long time. You can keep this in the fridge, keep this in the freezer until, next year. National Hot Buttered Rum Day is actually January 17th, I believe, or January 18th. So, make this now. You'll be ready. And you'll thank yourself come January. Yeah, look at that. It's getting nice and thick. Getting a really nice texture. Now, ideally, you also will do this a day in advance, and you can leave this in the fridge. Really let the flavors combine. Let the spices soak into the butter there. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a nice paste. Let's get a close-up of that. Nice. See how I can just spread that? And that's because of the butter being room temperature. That won't work if the butter is too warm or too cold. Ooh. Now we're just gonna add some hot water to our mug. We just wanna get it nice and warm so that when we're constructing our drink, it's not cold and doesn't cool down the batter too much. We're just gonna let that sit for about a minute. Now while that's heating up, let's talk about rum. I brought out a couple options here. Again, you can really follow your heart on this one. Because we're adding so many spices to it, it's gonna sort of overpower what we put in there. The main thing is we want something with a lot of body, something pretty thick. So, really ideally we can get a nice Hamilton 151 or a Hamilton Demerara 86. If you can't find that, other great options, Plantation OFTD, nice and woody, nice aged rum. Appleton Estate, 12-year, another great choice. But today, we're going to be keeping it New England. We're going to be drinking some Privateer Queen's Share. Once you've selected a rum, we're just going to pour the hot water that's in there out. Our mug is nice and hot. It's ready for some batter. We're going to add about, it's kind of up to you, but keep in mind you are just adding butter to your drink, so maybe don't go overboard. But we probably want about, what's this, a tablespoon and a half. So we'll add in about a tablespoon here. And we'll just top it up with about another half tablespoon. And to that, we're going to add just a splash of water, just enough that we can kind of mix it up. Somewhere in the vicinity of about 2 ounces. So now we're just going to blend this up, make sure that butter gets nice and dissolved. And then to that, we're going to add our rum. Just going to do about 1.5 ounces. Again, you can vary this depending on how wild a night you're planning on having, but I found this is a pretty good ratio. Top that up with about another 2 ounces of hot water. Now again, like I said, if you don't want to use hot water, you could use tea, you can use coffee, you can use hot cider. The world is your oyster. Follow your heart. Go nuts. Now we're just going to top it off with a little garnish with a nice cinnamon stick and a beautiful star anise floating right on top there. Look at that. And there you go. A nice warm treat to keep you company. Cheers. Ah, delicious. Have a good night, folks.
Wow, Chris.
Delicious.
I think I can speak on behalf of the entire chat that we thank you for sharing your secrets with us.
Anytime.
And chat, just so you know, on the Discord there is a channel for pictures, for holiday pictures, and also for your drinks. If you made this on stream, or if you made any sort of festive holiday drink, take a picture of it and share it, because somebody might win a very special bundle prize. And the bundle prize are 2 Finji games donated very graciously by Harris Foster over at Finji. an Overland code for PC and a Night in the Woods code for PC. So if you feel so inclined, share your pictures with us, your festive drink pictures, and you could be a lucky winner of 2 of these games.
And also, if you like rum or any other alcoholic beverage, drop on by the Booze channel on the Boston Game Dev Slack. Come hang out. Post what you're drinking every night. We're all stuck at home, not going to bars, so let's hang out online a little bit.
Doesn't have to be fancy, you know. We're here for joy. So,
all right. Should we move on to our next musical guest?
Yes. So we have the second guest in our musical lineup, Pete DeBarros. So if I can paint a picture for y'all, I met Pete a number of years ago at a house show in Lowell, and he lived at the house that put on these house shows. And Pete is a very diverse musician, has a background in multiple instruments, and is also very experimental. So we're super excited to share with you what he has planned tonight. So Chris, take it away. Please give it up for Killpete. Oh, you're muted, Pete. There you go.
The typewriter has greatly influenced the business, commercial, and economic progress of the nation. Today, typewriters enable women and girls to perform military and industrial services as important as those performed by men. Through the courtesy of the Smithsonian Institution, we show the development of the typewriter, starting with the Burt typographer of 1829. Next, the Shoals machine of 1868, the Remington of 1873. This is the Calligraph, made in 1883. Next, the Hammond typewriter, made in 1884. About 1900, the Smith Premier appeared, followed by the Blickendorfer in the same year. This is the first portable, a Corona, and this is the Bennett pocket typewriter. In addition to these standard machines now in use, modern business has created needs for special typewriters, such as wide carriage machines, justifying typewriters with which to make straight right margins, book type adjusted spacing machines which turn out copy like this, special forms writers, calculating machine typewriters, and card punch typewriters which turn out cards like this. Today, millions of typists at their machines feed the business and war activity of our nation. Their task is complicated by a typewriter shortage and a shortage of experienced personnel. Unfortunately, many typists cannot work rapidly and accurately. To turn out more and better work on the office front, beginners and average stenographers and typists must acquire superior usable typing skill. This film will demonstrate and explain the techniques essential for superior typing. One way to learn a better or the best way of doing anything is to watch and analyze the skill of an expert. If your skills are patterned after those of an expert, you can be a superior typist. Miss Lenore Fenton, who won 11 international awards and set 8 international records in typing and machine transcription, will show us the typewriting skill which enabled her to set these records.
In order to become an expert typist, It is essential to master the correct typing technique. How you type is more important than what you type. If you master the correct method of typing, your typing will continue to improve. But if you learn to type perfect copies slowly with one finger, you will continue to be a one-finger typist. If you want to become an expert typist, learn to work like one. You should know how to operate all makes of typewriters. Let's look at the various machines. This is the Remington Noiseless. The Burl. The Royal. The Underwood. The Woodstock. The L.C. Smith. The Remington Standard. The Electromatic. All of these the first data. Your forearm, wrist, and back of hand should slant upward, parallel to the slant of the keyboard. Keep your hands and fingers in a natural, easy working position. Drop your hands into your lap and relax. Look at your hands. When you walk, rest, or sleep, your hands do not look like this or this, but like this. Without changing the position of your hands and fingers, place your hands on the keyboard. Fingertips down, wrists flat. That's your typing position, with your fingers on the second or guide row of keys. Your wrists should be comfortably down and in line with your forearm, palms close to the keyboard and frame. This position enables your fingers to reach easily over the keys and eliminates tension. You should have almost no movement in your wrists and forearms. Read copy easily, without eye strain. Head erect, chin up. If you do much typing, some form of copy holder is useful. This surface keeps the copy at right angles to my line of vision. Both the top and the bottom of the copy are equally distant from my eye. The real secret about motion is to use as little as possible. Do the necessary motions well. Eliminate the unnecessary ones. With your forearms and the back of your hand parallel to the slant of the keyboard, typing motions are confined to your fingers. Some typists use these finger motions. Or these. Their fingers travel miles through the air and unnecessarily use much energy every typing stage. These useless motions give the impression of great speed, but in reality, they waste time, cause errors, and slow down typing. This, of course, is the keyboard. This row of keys is called the home row. The four keys on the left of the home row, A, F, D, and F, are the guide keys for the left hand. While the four keys at the right of this row, semicolon, L, K, and J, are the guide keys for the right hand. These keys are struck by the fingers of your left hand. These keys by the fingers of your right hand. Hit the centers of the key.
That is a mood. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now after that. Not to say that that wasn't incredible. Pete, thank you so much for that set. I have to ask, is this going to be a part of a larger performance series, or is this a standalone thing that you're working with right now?
I imagine it to be a standalone. This was an exclusive for tonight. Just something I was like interested. Can you hear me, by the way? This is happening. Yeah. All right, cool. Just something I was interested in workshopping, like for performance. So like elements of this might make it into music, but I don't know if like this performance itself would be a standalone, or would be I don't know, would be anything that I'd put more work to.
We are taking questions in chat if anybody has questions for Pete in the next few minutes. Pete,
I'm just curious. Sorry, I'm just going to jump in here. What do you do over at Harmonix?
I'm a video artist at Harmonix.
Nice. Okay, that explains the video component.
Yeah. So right now I work on particularly Fuser, making video material for that, and previously I worked on Audica, making video material for that.
Yeah, Pete sort of unlocked all the potential of our, perhaps not all the potential. He could still do better, Pete. Just kidding. For our he did all of our mixed reality videos for Audica, which was a relatively new thing that we were experimenting with, and he did an incredible job with those.
Yeah, that was pretty fun doing the mixed reality stuff. I enjoyed that quite a bit. It was interesting to like try to definitely do a new thing that had a lot of troubleshooting and stuff that we didn't know, that I particularly didn't know how to do just yet. So that was neat.
Are you experimenting with anything else these days, tech-wise?
It seems like the older I get, the like more outdated the gear is that I try to use. So it seems like a problem, but so yes. Like particularly this typewriter is fairly new to me. And so like I tried to make an instrument with it is what I thought was a good idea.
Speaking of the typewriter, we do have a question in chat. What was the inspiration to the typewriter piece?
Inspiration to the typewriter piece. More so a timing thing than anything. Just I found this typewriter. I always knew typewriters sounded cool. Thought that they sounded cool. And like
no.
And yeah, like the only reason I wanted to get my hands on a typewriter was because I wanted to make sounds with it. But then once I did get one, I actually spent some money and like got it fixed and like got it in working order. And then I found like it being a lot fun to actually write with and do stuff with. So it's just been something that I use on a day-to-day now. So it just kind of made it inspiration like that rather than like a total epiphany, like, oh, I gotta use a typewriter for this particular piece.
Chris, do you have any particular questions for Pete?
No, sorry, I'm busy pressing a bunch of buttons and moving things around over here. So I
Pete,
am super
do
distracted.
You know JT?
Do I know
AJT?
AJT? No.
Not AJT, but JT, just JT.
Oh, I know a JT.
Yeah, because they're in the chat asking a lot of very weird questions about your saliva, I think.
Oh, no. I shouldn't have shared this link to so many people.
Pete will be available via DMs if you have any particular questions for him. Pete, do we have trivia up next?
We do have trivia up next, but we also are right up against our next musical act. We could probably let's do one trivia question. How about that?
Okay, sounds good. But Pete, before we do that, where can people find you? Where can people listen to your stuff?
I have a Killpete Bandcamp that doesn't sound a lot like what I did today. I'm Peppers D on Instagram, and for like my video work, I have a Weebly, which is peterdevaris.weebly.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, Pete. We super appreciate it.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
Thank
no problem.
you.
Hope to see you back.
For sure.
Bye.
All right, and now I've summoned the Quizzard? Trivia Wizard? What are we? I forget what we're going with. All right, I gotta unmute Lauren first. Nope. Yes.
You can call me one of those things, whichever you like. Oh, I'm green again. Don't worry about that, folks. That's just wizard stuff. Before we hop into trivia real quick, I'd just like to make a quick shout out for anyone participating in Secret Santa. Make sure on drawnames.com to officially accept the invitation to the Secret Santa group so that your Santa can get you a gift. We'll be continuing that later this evening, and can't wait to do the Secret Santa reveal. In the meantime, however, here is your trivia question. The rules are the same. First to get it right wins. You have 30 seconds. So, what Massachusetts-made game holds the Guinness record for the longest word in the title of a commercially released game? Go.
You ever buy a Guinness Book of World Records, Lauren?
Oh, you know, I have a record-breaking amount of them.
Oh, of course. Might as well
And
call
we
it the
do
Lauren
have a
Book
winner.
of World Records.
Of course.
Okay.
Now, Desolate Dev is our winner here. Well done with a reckless disregard for gravity.
I don't know.
But if you didn't get it,
A couple of H's in that answer. I don't know if we're gonna accept that.
I think they included a couple of H's
All right.
in certain places.
The Quizzard has spoken.
Indeed. But there is still one chance for one other person to get a point. For a bonus Steam key, how many A's?
A.
Zoop.
Wow.
That's a lot of A's.
How did they know that? Is everyone out there was Googling really quick? Are they just very fast typists after our last act?
Trivia Wizard will know if you Googled the answer. But we do have a winner with Santrellos. Please message me for your Steam key along with Desolate Dev. Congratulations. Are we just doing the one question?
Yeah, we're just doing the one.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back later with more trivia, maybe.
Let's give
Until then.
Let's give the Quizzard a round of applause.
We will summon
Applaud
you.
me.
Thank you, everybody. And just to backtrack super quick to Pete's set, he is at Peppers D
Ooh.
on Venmo. If you feel like you want to shoot him over a tip, showing your gratitude for the awesome set that he just played for us. Up next, we have Mike Soltoff, who some of you might know from Emo Night fame if you've ever been to a venue night at the Sinclair and has seen Mike and his band, the White Belts, perform. They're super sick. I cannot wait to see them live again. But in the meantime, we have Mike here in his own professional studio about to play us a killer set. So, Chris, without further ado, please give it up for Mike Soltoff.
Broken. The Unity app is broken. We're gonna just transition over. We'll be right back.
Okay. So you can't hear? Yeah, we're good?
We're
You guys
good.
can hear me? All
Yep,
right.
we can we hear you out in the Twitch land?
Yeah, let's get some chatter in the chat. Anything?
Yep.
Yep. All right. I'll take. All right, here we go. Prepare to be whelmed. I'm sick of feeling like I lost this fight. Sick of graying out the wrongs and rights. I'm pulling out of here to clear my sight. Tonight. All right. So hear me out, baby, and dry your eyes. Write it out, but it would just seem trite. Pulling out of here with holy spite. Tonight. All right. I've got this guitar that I can barely Travel at the speed of light still hurts my head. Am I up or down as we flash forward? 'Cause I'm 30 jumps away from you, but 1,000 years from home. Shield to 10%, I'm falling, and the captain begins to yell. Evasive action, hard to starboard, as the helm begins to fail. Burn our power to the forward guns, blast our way out of here. Battle stations 5 through 12 reporting in. 7 targets down, 18 more advancing. Third gunner takes the comm and says, I'll see you all in hell. Shield to 10%, I'm falling, and the pilot begins to yell. There's a fire in engineering as the hull begins to fail. The sound of oxygen depleting is the last thing they'll ever hear. Shield to 10%, I'm falling, and their flagship begins to hail. We're preparing to be boarded as the blast doors begin to fail. Man, I should have joined the army. It's too dangerous out in space. Yay. Type clap in the chat or something. Thank you. It's so weird, the silence. Yeah, hi, I'm Mike. Welcome to the Boston Game Dev Indie Band, the Jamboree. Thanks for Alyssa and the team for putting this all together. Yeah, so let's see, what's next? All right, I'll open it up to the chat, actually. Do you guys, do you all want to hear Dashboard or Dashboard or Death Cab? Which one? All right, that's
Yeah.
Morgan Brown wants
Morgan
Dashboard. Death Cab. Death Cab, Death Cab, Death Cab. Duty Man. Oh, that's me. That's my son. Yeah, that's my son Kai. He's watching. Hey, buddy.
I think the chat has spoken, Mike.
Yeah, I think Death Cab. Yeah. All right. Good. Well, I know my family's watching. This was our wedding song. We danced to this. Here we go. Love of mine, someday you will die, and I'll be close by. Follow you into the dark, no blinding light, a tunnel of gates of white. my nose bruised by a lady in black. I held my tongue as she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. Feminine male decides that they both are satisfied. Illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. There's no one beside you when your soul in the bar. I'll follow you into the dark. You and me, seen everything to see, from Bangkok to Calgary, and the soles of her shoes are all worn down. Time for sleep is now, nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon, the blackest of blue. Feminine male decide that they both are satisfied. Illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. There's no one beside you when your soul embarks. I'll follow you into the dark. I'll follow you into the dark. Yay. All right, how much time do I got? Do I have time for one? Yeah, I see the applause. Thanks. I have so I'm at my buddy and drummer and collaborator Matt's house. He has set up this amazing space for the White Bells that Alyssa mentioned before. It's the cover band that we have, the emo cover band. So it's all like late 90s and early 2Ks emo. And we play around town, but we play Emo Night Boston pretty often. We're back in the before times. We played a lot. So, and we've done a couple streams from here. So hopefully once the latest surge dies down and we and people get vaccinated and we start to return a little bit more back to normal, we will at least start doing regular live streams from here with the whole band. So, but yeah. Yes, can we get some MCR? Not today. That wouldn't. I don't have any MCR prepared on acoustic, but it wouldn't sound that great. Let's see, Prodigy or Chemical Brothers? Yeah. Okay, Morgs. Texas the Reason? Yeah, we have done Texas the Reason tunes. Let's see. Alyssa, how much time do I have time for 2 or 1?
You could do one more.
I could
but
do one
you
more?
also plug your Twitch channel.
Oh yeah, Matt, what's our Twitch channel again? What's the name of it? It's Twitch TV / It's gonna change. All right, we'll tell them what it is now. All right, well, we're on the Facebook, so a White Belt's on Facebook, and yeah. All right. So sorry, I have Matt talking to me in my ear, but you guys can't hear him, so it's totally weird for me, and probably really weird, even weirder for you. All right. I'm gonna do one last song. This is a song by an artist that I've come to really love over the last couple years, and I'm gonna try to do one of her songs, do like a pop punk version. Let's see if I'm the worst at lyrics, so here we go. I forget lyrics to the songs I've written and played a million times, so here we go. Day off in Kyoto, got bored at the temple, looked round at the 7-Eleven. Band took the speed train, went to the arcade, wanted to go, but I didn't. You called me from a payphone, they still have payphones. It costs $1
Yay!
Mike, my heart is so full. I have so many talented friends. Harmonix is a talented place.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that is always been something I've loved and looked up to. And I was I've been associated with Harmonix for a long time. I've only worked there for a few years, right? So I was in a band that was in Rock Band that blew up because of Rock Band. So I've just been like a hanger-on this whole time, and a bunch of people in the band worked at Harmonix, and we played with Harmonix bands all the time. And it's just they've always been not just amazing game devs, but like incredible creative people outside, especially as far as musicians go. So it's pretty
For sure.
great.
It's a collective that I know that I am super proud and honored to be a part of.
100%. Yeah, I always say beats working.
You do say that a lot.
I know. No, it's really a special place, and we're super. I mean, yeah, obviously we're fortunate in many ways, but yeah, like that is prime among them for sure.
That's awesome. Well, Mike, so many people in chat are blowing up about wanting to hear more from you. Where can they do that?
That's a really good question. Like I said, we're a little bit on hiatus with the full band, but because we have this set up, like Matt and I were talking about maybe me doing something like sort of on the semi-regs. Performing is a muscle. Like, it's clear to me, like having huge gaps in my performing, that I am just like a little all over the place, and it takes a lot to get back to the level that we were at. So I would love the opportunity to like play here more, maybe just like acoustic and do some half songs and full beers is what I like to call it. So maybe people can just hang out, and I'll do some covers and BS and that kind of thing. So the name of the Twitch channel that we've been using is it's twitch.tv/Rathskeller, RATH, like the old venue in Boston in Kenmore Square. So that Matt was saying that might change, or that probably will change, but that's what it is right now. So, but yeah, like stay tuned.
I just want to do a quick memory recollection, Mike. One of my favorite memories of seeing you perform was at Great Scott, RIP, hopefully coming back very soon to a new location.
Yeah, a new super kick-ass location with parking and everything.
I know.
Yeah.
Here's hoping, right? But one of my favorite memories was attending a Halloween show that you put on. And it was just you and a ukulele singing some emo hits. And I was right up there in front, and anyone who's been to Great Scott knows how intimate that space is.
Yeah.
And it's like, if we can get even a fraction of that, and I believe you gave it tonight, but if we can get a fraction of that. Well, I mean, in a virtual space, right? Because it's like, it's not the same thing.
It's definitely not, but, I'm still just thrilled to be able to do it and have fun. It's still fun to perform anyway, so, but yeah, that was like not our show. We were a last-minute addition, and I'm like, and I asked the dudes, the band dudes, like, hey, do you guys mind if I do a small uke set before our set? And I just went up there and like ukulele'd some stuff. It was a good time. It's a good time. I thought about doing that here, but like I kind of wanted to bring the whole guitar thing.
Well, we appreciated it. On behalf of everybody who watched, I can say, it was very appreciated, Mike. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah, see you in chat.
Smell you.
Bye, Mike.
Oh,
Mike.
I'm a UI artist. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm a UI artist at Harmonix. Been there for, I guess it'll be a little over 3 years at this point. So.
Nice. If anybody knows Mike from any previous gigs, drop that in chat. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you.
Oh yeah, I haven't been paying attention. I'm talking to you guys, and there's a whole I'll have to look back at all the chat and jump in there.
All right, dudes. Let's move on.
All right.
Thank you. So we got trivia?
That's right. We got trivia. Oh.
Time to summon the... What were we calling you? The Quizzard?
Why does that keep happening? It's every time I pin Lauren, he turns green.
Well, it's wizard stuff. You can't explain it.
Here, we can change the mood to fit. There we go.
I wasn't green for just a second. Yeah, it's... You never know with wizardry. Sometimes you're just a wizard walking down the street and then you're green.
All right, so should we do a little trivia?
All right, so first off, a little announcement about Secret Santa. Like I mentioned before, if you are not signed up on the Draw Names site, please make sure to do that. You should have gotten an email invitation, and if you didn't, then please message me and I'll get you set up. In the meantime, we can move on back to trivia. Oh wait, actually one more announcement. Everyone, remember to like and react to stuff in the Holiday Picks channel. Post your cocktail pictures and your postcard pictures. I don't know what we're calling that.
Photo booth.
Your photo booth pictures.
People are posting some very good stuff in there. I'm extremely pleased with the results from that. So thank you everyone who's out there posting some pics. It took me a surprising amount of effort to make that work on a web page. So thanks.
Yeah, let's all clap for Chris here for setting that up for us. It's awesome.
Hail to the king, baby.
Chris and his technical prowess. Yeah, there are prizes to be won, folks. React to the pics and feel the holiday cheer.
Yeah, the most reacted pictures will get prizes. So, get out there and compete.
Yeah, get out there.
Really
thumbs ups in the pictures. Reactions. Sorry.
I'm not sure if this was plugged in chat yet, but Mike Soltoff's venue is Mike-Soltoff at Mike-Soltoff on Venmo. If you want to drop him some tips, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Now, prepare for some awesome green trivia. And make sure as well to enjoy it with your awesome green hot buttered rum. Delicious. All right. Now, same rules as before. First answer wins a prize. Only one key per person. You have 30 seconds per question. First question. Are you ready? Harmonix is best known for their music games like Rock Band and Fuser. But what is their one release that is not a music game? You have 30 seconds starting now.
I'm not helping you out here.
Actually, thinking about this one now, this isn't the answer, but Romance Central might also technically fit the bill here.
It would, yeah. At least we're making it easier. We took that out of the pile.
It's giving these games away, making it so easy for everyone. That one maybe doesn't count. I think it was like a free release on the website or something, right? I don't think that was like a real.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a. It's a real game. You can play it. I actually haven't tried playing. I'm not sure if it's on the site anymore. It might be.
Yeah, it was a while ago now, I think.
But it was fun. I played through it. It was pretty fun.
We are out of time. Unfortunately, some folks got close. The answer was iToy Antigrav.
I think we can call iToy a close enough answer.
I think iToy is close enough there.
Should we give it to them?
Let's give it to them. Well, actually, I'm sorry. You're the quizard. I'm not gonna interfere in your wizardly.
Down, Chris.
I am a generous wizard. Arkanstar Anarcha can message me on Discord. Also, I realize we've been plugging the wrong username. You can find me under _Lauren . And we will message me to get your Steam key. In the meantime, we will move on to Chris's personal favorite question. What game developed in Wayland,
Oh, wait.
Oh, you cut out.
No, Lauren's gone.
The anticipation.
This also isn't actually my favorite. This is my second favorite trivia question. My personal favorite one is way too difficult and no one would ever get it.
Sounds like a challenge.
But while the quizard is indisposed, maybe we'll give it a shot anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
You're a little garbly, wizard.
How about now?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Better.
The quizard's headphones are sometimes prone to suddenly dying. Now, to continue, what game developed in Wayland, Massachusetts holds the record for the highest selling arcade game in the United States?
Those who read my History of Boston Game Dev zine will know the answer to this one.
Yeah, you created a handy-dandy guidebook there.
Where is it? I got it. It's over here. Actually, this one's got it beat up. But, nope. And it's invisible because I'm very small.
Time is halfway up. Just to remind you, what game developed in Wayland, Massachusetts? Oh, we got a winner. Borgen Marown, if I am pronouncing that right. Got it correct with Mrs. Pac-Man. Congratulations, it's a classic, isn't it? Who here hasn't played Mrs. Pac-Man? Soon as this quarantine is over, get out there to an arcade, play some Mrs. Pac-Man.
Don't forget to travel back to 1982 as well.
That also. Borgen Marown, feel free to message me on Discord for your Steam key. And moving on to the last trivia question of the round. Name 2 Star Trek games made in Massachusetts. Any 2.
I don't have any banter to say that's gonna not reveal the answers to this. Are there any Star Wars games made in Massachusetts? I don't know of any.
There's an Infocom game.
That's a Star Wars game? I didn't know that.
Now you're making me doubt my sources, Chris. I gotta go check it out.
I mean, they made a lot of games, so it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm not familiar with
Infocom made over 80 video games.
Yeah, that's... Leather Goddesses of Phobos, of course, a Star Wars game, right? Everyone knows that.
I totally forgot about... actually, the second one was better, I think.
And that is time.
No one got it.
Nope, no one got it. The answers were Armada 2 by Mad Doc Studios, Legacy by Mad Doc Studios also, and Timelines by Disruptor Being. Also, Borgen Maroon correctly and very generously pointed out that I got the wrong person who got it right last time. The correct winner of the Mrs. Pac-Man question was October Moon. Sometimes magic is weird like that.
All right, well, since no one got that one, maybe we will do my secret, very difficult trivia question.
Go for it.
By all means.
What Crash Bandicoot character is named after a now defunct Massachusetts restaurant? This one blew me away. Absolutely love this bizarro fact here. You would not expect there to be any, relation between a do then lunch, nailed it in the chat. Aku, of course, over by Alewife Station is now the Summer Shack.
What did they have?
What did they have?
Yeah.
It was a Polynesian restaurant. So this is, of course, why it's my favorite fact. It was a tiki bar, basically.
Oh, sweet.
Also, the other fun fact about this is that if folks are familiar with Looking Glass, the old studio that sort of eventually became Irrational, Looking Glass was based right around the corner from there, and Aku was one of their drinking spots back in the late 90s. Now you know.
Now you know. Well, Chris, it looks like we reached the point where we're gonna take a little break.
Yeah, let's take 5.
Taking a little break.
Cue the Jeopardy music.
Yeah,
and or other music.
On the screen for the kiddos. My favorite.
There it is. Everyone's favorite. And we're back.
And we are back. Wow, that is gosh, my heart is racing. Watching that. Thank you for putting that up, Chris Mayer, while we took a quick break. So yeah, it's time for our last performer of the evening, everybody. I can't believe we're already here. Richie Branson. I am so pumped to welcome him to the virtual stage tonight. Some in the audience might know Richie as a music producer, game designer, and nerdcore rap artist from Texas. I now know him as all these things, but now he's also a bud in the Boston scene. So without further ado, let's give it up for Richie Branson, everyone.
How y'all doing? Yeah, so It's good to be a bud in the Boston scene, and I've spent a lot of time trying to find bud in the Boston scene. See, that is a wordplay by somebody who's a rapper, and that's me. I'm a rapper sometimes. Yeah, I go by the name of Richie Branson, and these shows where it's just the camera and me are like the most nerve-wracking shows because it's like I don't get any feedback. You guys probably heard that joke and were like, psh, that's not funny. Or you might have laughed at it, but I'll never know because I'm just staring at the camera. Anyway, I feel like a news correspondent coming at you live from my room. But yeah, we're going to get into some raps. I've got some rap songs on a rap for you guys because I'm sure you're not here to listen to me tell jokes. So being that it's a gaming convention that is virtual for game devs, I figured I would just rap about video games. So the first song is about the console wars. And the console wars are raging. Here we are 50 years later, and the console wars are still a thing. You know, you've got the Xbox guys, you've got the PlayStation gals, and then you've got me, the PC master race guy. So anyway, we're going to get into a song that's based on my childhood. I'm a survivor of one of the most fiercest, most vicious console wars of all time, Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis. So I made it called Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and we're going to get into it right now. Y'all give it up for my DJ. I'm my own DJ, and I just press play on the mouse.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this.
So let's go. So I put this break in this song because I recorded this song during my first tour, and I used this space to give people a disclaimer that I was a really bad rapper, but I'm not now. So. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Yo, I had both consoles. My friends were envious, even though I blew money on games, so I was penniless. I remember that far when I was on the Sega Genesis playing Fantasy Star. Spent some cash for my yard, and I bought a Super Nintendo with Mario Kart. I remember getting Hurricane Kicks in as King in Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. I moved on as soon as I had permission to play Mortal Kombat as long as I clean the kitchen. Nerdy kid never rocked the best action. Spent my last on Chrono Trigger to X-Locking. That was the start of my video game passion. Playing classics on 16-bit graphics. Y'all make some noise for the notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace. Amazing sample. And I mixed it with the Jackson 5, and it was just an audio orgasm. If I could get these songs cleared, we would put this on Fusion. But that's a lot of money to pay for a song like this. Let's go. I remember jamming Juicy by Notorious. During boss battles, trying to be victorious, I had attention deficit, blue pills like Morpheus. I just defeated Dr. Robotnik, I'm feeling glorious. Really wanna go back to those days of the kid in his crib playing video games, jumping up and down, trying to dodge Bowser's flames, doing spinning kicks and skates and streets of rage. Played as the Bulls in NBA Live in the time when Michael Jordan was playing 95. So clutch, making pressure shots every time. Even played better than number 23 in his prime. Shooting games, my aim is so hot. Play Wolfenstein, them Nazi shot. Make no mistake, I love my Xbox, but I'd rather be doing barrel rolls and Star Fox. Y'all make some noise. I can't hear you. Alright, yeah, that's Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. So I think for the next song, we're gonna get into a little song called Nerd. I have the most unoriginal song titles. I made a song about being a nerd, and I was like, what should I call this song? And I was like, we'll just call it Nerd. So this is Richie Brand Nerd. All right. So if you guys were here right now with me, I would tell you to raise your hands like this and then wave them side to side like this. But you're not really here, so I can't see you doing this shit. But I assume that somewhere behind that camera, there's somebody out there that's waving their hands too. Check it. Yo. Richie got that dope flow, that's sick like symptoms from old Four Loko. Hit the top faster than ships owned by Han Solo. Nerd rapper, heart blacker than Mr. Popo. It's in lyrical Super Saiyan. Flow hotter than cooked food spiced by Cajun. As the beat hits reminiscent of Joe Frazier. Straight shot of hip-hop music with no chaser. This is for the nerds like us. We so fed up at the way they paying these more than those who flow better. Grinders and go-getters trying to fix the rap game like it was a broke Sega. Yo, I'm just being honest. My city's hottest MCs rapping about Sonic. Playing Sega Genesis, jamming that Dre Chronic. Cooking up that takeover scheme just like Robotnik. One time for the north side. One time for the south side. The east side and the west side. The nerd life is the best life. Check it. One time for the north side. The south side. I threw two up. The east side and the west side. The nerd life is the best life. Look. Yo, I just got paid. Bought my favorite anime series on Blu-ray. But Richie, why you ain't buying a new pair of J's? Cause I'd rather blow my paycheck on video games. Welcome to the life of the broken unknown. No Ferrari cars and condominium. This is the anthem for average Joes who be living glorify what we know. Air on flow, just Kanye Titter. Ladies love me now, back then they never woulda. East and west side, let me see you put your hood up. It's about time all the freaks and geeks stood up. Girls never want the nerdy guys growing up, but then they show us love when they see us blowing up. And destined since birth to be the first geek to inherit the earth. Let's go. One time for the north side. One time for the south side. The east side and the west side. The nerd life is the best life. One time for the side. One time for the side. The east side and the west side. The nerd life is the time. One time for the north side. One time for the side. The east side and the west side. The nerd life is the best life. We gotta hit all cardinal directions, just like Santa Claus when he gives the directions, you know? You might live in the North Pole, you might live in the South Pole. There's no such thing as an East and a West Pole, but if there was, he'd be there too. Y'all make some noise. Hope y'all are having a good time. Can't hear y'all. It's a really bad, it's a dead crowd tonight. Anyway, we're gonna get into this next song. It's about, so let me tell y'all something, all right? I love cars. I like fast cars, but more than fast cars, I like giant robots and Japanese kaiju movies, along with anime. So Godzilla is like one of my favorite like movie franchises of all time, right? Like I'm weird like that. Like if I see a TV show, like it'll inspire me to make a rap song, and I use a lot of punchlines, you know, based on whatever I like. So I guess like, I don't know, long songs are about quirky interests that I have. So I got this song called Mecha God because like, yeah, I love Mecha, and I feel like when it comes to like being a fan of Mecha, like I am like a godlike fan. Like I just love Mecha. Mecha's life. So we're gonna get into this song called Mecha God, and it's cool. Wait, it's not Mecha God. This is Mecha God.
Your mistake is if you think your powers are a match for Mecha Godzilla. We have been waiting for you, Professor.
If you guys were here with me right now, I'd ask you to do something stupid. I don't know. I like to just dance. I don't know how to dance, but I'll do this. So if y'all were here with me, you'd be doing this too.
I admire your deductive process. This huge Mecha Godzilla is our ultimate weapon to conquer.
Yo, I kept the bars killer like multicolored beams streaming out the mouth of Mecha Godzilla. Missiles on my fingertips, better dodge quicker than a 50 shot delivered through a Henry Dodge pickup. Raw digging when it comes to crates. Mecha God greedy, leaving no crumbs to scrape. We do not come in peace, we have come from space. Putting laser guns to face, we run the state. Screaming run escape, we never plan for this. Flee before the beams of the metal Tyrannosaur hits. Higher than the shuttle team at an orbit. Rivaling Flash Gordon, this is your last warning. Devour tracks and snap portions. Fourthless, barehanded the way we attack forces. I got Japan on my next rap tour list. I kill him like a Sephiroth to the back sword hit.
Respect my intelligence. When they gon' respect my intelligence, they cut the check cause I'm relevant. PayPal, I don't accept their presidents. Respect my intelligence. When they gon' respect my intelligence, they cut the check cause I'm relevant. PayPal, I don't accept their presidents.
Yo, It's taking a lot of riddling to handle the mic like your favorite ball dribbler with Mecca guy. People saw India just with the laser that's all indica. You blowing the greatest tree like a gale force breeze, no low rate of speed. Take the type of hits that make teams take a knee. Eyes redder than the lightsaber Darth Vader swings. Emboldened by countless dreams and a large amount of schemes to take over like Palpatine. Who told you to doubt the team? Trying to take the crowd from King, not in your wildest dreams. Crowded scenes every time I rock a stage. I'm just trying to cop a range, paper cash with proper change. Got a resume, so that means a lot of pay. Take the uppercut off the top, call that Johnny Cage.
Respect my intelligence. When they gon' respect my intelligence, they cut the check cause I'm relevant. PayPal, I don't accept this dead presidents. Respect my intelligence. When they gon' respect my intelligence, they cut the check cause I'm relevant. PayPal, I don't accept this dead presidents.
And Venmo, and I do take PayPal. I take credit card, I take cash, I take pesos, I take francs. I take Brazilian reals, I take it all, baby, let's get it. All right, that was my currency flex. I like to travel, y'all. So for this next song, it's about anime. I love anime, as I've said a lot of times. I just love anime. Anime's life for me. So I did this song that's inspired by one of my favorite anime series called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you haven't seen that, then damn it, see it, all right? It's on Netflix, damn it. It's dubbed in English, so please, if there is any barrier to entry that used to exist for getting into this fantastic series, it's gone. Watch it on Netflix. Maybe you've already seen it, but you already know what time it is. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventures rap, and this song is called Stand Up, because if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. All right, let's go. All right, so again, you guys aren't here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not here with me right now, but if you were here, I'd ask you to do this. Just do that with your hands, right? Let's test that autofocus out real quick. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God. Sorry, camera flash. Yo, I'm smoking hella day weed, same color as emerald splashes from Heather Fan Green. Death 13, my local rap scene. I'm killing MCs and haunting their bad dreams. Feeling like my lifespan infinity. Never gave a fuck like I still have the gym. Went back 50 feet cause I'm a savage enemy. Rip your body into pieces with this hand and energy. Please excuse the old man's vernacular. Reacting to the fact that the flow is so spectacular. I'm feeling like Joseph really battling. Trying to be a star that went from local shows to platinum. And if you attack him, it's be the wrong move. You'll end up getting beat like this track I wrote the song to. So sit back, relax, and go beyond to the clouds as we blow like Ron moves.
Used to have me breathe on them, now I stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them. Haters want beef till they see me stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them. It's a killing spree every time I stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them. Yelling good grief every time I stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them.
So far ahead, I'm past y'all. Split that magician's red like Afro. I have all the skills to smash y'all. Got them looking like Caesar right after that slap falls. The shit I spit will leave a pillar man floored. Bars in it in yours, penicillin or you it in that purple RAV4. Now I'm pushing silver chariots with scissor hand doors. G-Wagon in the Lexus. Speedwagon hustle, yes I got it all in Texas. Them in that wheel of fortune driving reckless. Cackling these bitches got them eating shit for breakfast. Look, I want them all to witness. I weaken stands like a flawed meniscus. Richie B and Bizarre Adventures go together like cigars and vistas.
Used to have me breathe on them, now I stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them. Haters want beef till they see me stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them. It's a killing spree every time I stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them. Yelling good grief every time I stand up on them. Stand up on them, I stand up on them.
Y'all make some noise, man. I can't see y'all, but please. Make some noise right now. I can't sing unless it's auto-tune. So anyway, get into the penultimate song. Wait, no, that would be the second to last song. No, this is the last song of the night. It is called shit. Oh, yeah, okay. My set list be changing up. I'm like one of those artists that I'll have a and I think I know what it's going to be. And then 5 minutes before the show, I just change the whole thing. So this last song, I think it's relevant because we're in the middle of like this renaissance when it comes to Star Wars content, right? Like Disney Plus is knocking it out of the park when it comes to preem Star Wars content. Sorry, Cyberpunk got me saying preem now a lot. Good Star Wars content. The Mandalorian has been an absolutely amazing season. They're just like serving all kinds of fan service in the show. And it reminds me of a classic song. This is like, if you don't know me for a song, you're going to know me for this song. All right. It's about my favorite Star Wars character. Like if I was ever to be a Star Wars character and a rapper, I'd be like Lando Calrissian, I feel like would be the best representation of like a flossy, really chill rapper. He's got a damn cape. All right, when have you ever seen a brother pull off a cape as eloquently as Lando Calrissian? I'll wait. Anyway, we're going to get into this song. It's basically, if Calrissian was a rapper, he'd have a song that went a little bit like this. And if you hear it in the song, feel free to sing it back. If you're not from Cloud City, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. Let's get into it.
If you're not from Cloud City, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one.
Yo. So this is where you do like some old school 90s Jay-Z dance. Like, I can't dance.
Richie.
Live from the Cloud City of Bespin, where everybody comes because their views impressive. Ain't no city like the one I'm reppin'. Every day we have a blast like Boba Fett's weapons. Trying to rock a cape that's fresh like Lando's and keep my flow killer like Storm Commandos. It's well known that I outfront foes. I'm blocking shots like Vader wherever his hands go. Cloud City can't be stopped up from the block with spice dealers hustling around the clock. Big luxury ships parked in every dock, and every cantina's full of ladies looking high. See, every day I'm clocking them funds till it's my time to shine like tattooed suns. If you're not from Cloud City, I feel bad for you, son. Sith ain't one. I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. Boston got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. Fusion got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. Cloud City, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. When I'm ducking and moving the villains, I maneuver with the smoothness of Billy Williams. Living in the clouds with a beautiful feeling. I'm clocking my credits till I reach a million, so I can buy back the Millennium Falcon and take a new trip to Galactic Oregon and place a couple of cantina bar bets on making the Kessel run in under 12 parsecs. Sounds like an ingenious paper, Calrissian cooked up to get the haters. Sure seems like haters, and I wanna slay them all like a Darth by the name of Vader. See, ain't no money like gambling wins, and ain't no city like the city I'm in. If you're not from Cloud City, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. The hell is Cloud City? I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. Harmonics got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. Boston, I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. If you're not from Cloud City, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a Sith ain't one. Wow. We actually made it through the entire set. I didn't really mess up as much as I thought I would. Usually I like forget entire verses when I'm rapping in the wood. So this is actually good. This is a refreshing experience. Yeah, by the name of Richie Branson. You can find me on YouTube /Richie Branson, Twitter /Richie Branson, Instagram /Richie Branson. I really should change my rap name because people get me confused. Billionaire who lives in the UK. I don't know. I think he took my name from me, but nah. Anyway, yeah, once again, that's it. That's my show. It's good to be here. Y'all probably have questions and stuff, so I'm going to like try to turn the audio up on the, I don't know. Let me do this audio stuff and we go get into some questions. Maybe I just move the camera or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, turn up the volume here. And now I hear you
Well,
guys.
Richie, thank you so much for that killer set. Oh my gosh, the chat was blowing up. We loved it. We love you. You're great. You're awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you. I'm glad that the chat was blowing up. I couldn't see it because I was rapping, but that makes me feel good.
So talk about your space a little bit. Like, during tech rehearsal, you were talking about trying to get in the headspace of performing again, after, just obviously not for a while. Like, how are you just configuring everything?
Well, I mean, I like as far as like the room goes, like it's definitely like I was trying to build like this kind of killer base Star Wars-y type of like Death Star looking thing. All I need is some stormtrooper armor to wear when I'm making music, and I think life will be complete. But yeah, I have like an aesthetic that I'm trying to go for with the setup, to where like anyone in this room, I want to just creativity. 'Cause I do feel like I'm the most important thing about being a creative. You always have to surround yourself in an inspiring space, and so that's sort of what I've tried to build in the midst of quarantine. It's difficult, like having to be stuck in one place for a long time in order to stay safe and keep my family safe and all that. Like, it's been trying, but this has helped. This has helped a lot. So yeah, it's cool. I like the white stuff. Gundam too. I like Gun Plus. So I got this like cool Gundam. You guys can see it. Look at that.
Yeah, show us your stuff.
Yeah. He sits on the desk. You know what I'm saying? Matches the whole red, white, and black ambiance. So yeah, he's cool.
Also, still such a fan of like your shallow depth of field camera. Like.
Oh yeah, Sony autofocus, guys. Listen, Sony. They better cut me a check. Sony, if you're watching this, if anybody who's employed by Sony right now is watching this, tell your marketing team to hit me up, man.
Yeah. It's like, no matter who you are, you can have a music video moment. It's accessible. It's great.
Yeah, I'm trying, I'm just getting in the habit of like creating more and being stuck in the house has really helped.
Do you have any projects that you're currently working on that you'd be down to talk about, or?
Yeah, sure. So I'm working on a lo-fi tape. I've already got a few lo-fi tapes out on my YouTube channel. And so that's sort of been like my focus is like as I've sort of had to adapt to just really having to grind by myself in the room and get stuff done. I found that making lo-fi beats is cool, one, but actually listening to them while I work even better. So I've made a couple of lo-fi tapes, and I'm going to continue doing that into 2020. Got a lo-fi coming out of Richie Branson's house. It's going to be dope. That's really the main thing. Also, I'm doing this thing, like I'm starting to like travel. I want to start I've been to a lot of countries, and I want to start using that as sort of like inspiration to make music. So I'm going to be collabing with like a lot of artists. I met some artists in Brazil a couple weeks ago, and probably meet some more. I'm going to Africa, Kenya specifically. Africa is a big continent, so don't just say you're going to Africa, just name a place. So I'm going to Kenya and a few other countries, and I'm going to try to put together like a world album based on every country that I've been to. So that's exciting. I'm going to try to collaborate with artists in every country that I've been to, that I go to, and just put together like some like We Are the World type shit, right? Like
Dang, what album. A goal. What a goal to work towards. No, Richie, that's awesome. It's awesome to hear that this experience has been kind of cathartic for you too, just getting back in a performance headspace, because just watching you, it's been super cathartic for us just to feel, you have just this awesome energy radiating off of you, and I'm pretty sure everybody in chat felt it tonight. You're great. Hopefully we can be better friends and collab on stuff in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. I want to, I got to work out. Like that's the main thing. Like I've been a victim of not working out and eating a lot of like fast food. So 2021, my biggest project is going to be getting back in shape and losing the dad bod and getting my hair braided or doing something with my hair. Like I just look like a hermit, and it's cool though. I'm a rapping hermit, but I'm a hermit, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes we got to be little gremlins every once in a while. We have to give ourselves permission, right? And then move on to the next thing.
Giving myself like a week-long pass at this. So not a week, a year long. It's been since, Jesus Christ, I haven't been to a barbershop in over a year. Oh, it's been a long time. There's a lot of things that I just haven't done in a very, very long time due to the pandemic. And it's it's crazy. Like a movie theater, what is that, right? Like,
What is a movie? I mean, that you can just ask that question.
yeah, right. Like there are literally children that are growing up now that are not knowing what a movie theater is. Like at the age when they're supposed to discover movie theaters, like they're not, and that's the craziest thing to think of. Yeah, this I think the entire world is going to change to some degree because of this. I think nothing will be the same.
Yeah, no, I totally feel the same way, Richie. And actually, I'm looking in chat right now. It looks like One Known has a question. I'm pretty sure I know who One Known is. Um, One Known asks, "Talk to me about traveling through Africa. I did a 6-month, 11-country trip."
Woo, that's tight. Yeah, so before COVID hit, I was going out of the country every month. Like I would pick a place and just go and like go for a long weekend, go for a week. Like, yeah, I was just going. Never consecutive like that, like where it's like I'm gone for 6 months. I wish I could do that. That would be tight. But when I was in Africa, I got a chance to go through Ethiopia, and it's an amazing, like, Africa is so cool because like it's not what they tell you it's going to be. I mean, there are parts like, what they show you on TV. They show like a lot of impoverished areas, and honestly, a lot of the countries I've been to, whether it's Ethiopia, where you go and you're expecting it to be like this, and then you're like, well, this is kind of modern. They've got like hotels, and they've got like tall buildings that are modernized, and it just shows you. And it's funny, like like you go to a country with a perception of how things are going to be, and it's totally not what you expected. And I think a lot of that is just the American media feeding us narratives about other countries that are almost like with a superiority complex. Like I remember a couple of years ago, there was this thing going on in the Dominican Republic where people were drinking the liquor and dying. They were like, oh, the Americans were just, oh, another American tourist died drinking the liquor in the DR. Uh-oh. And they made it a narrative, right? Well, in the middle of that, my dumbass goes to the DR and I'm drinking the rum. I'm drinking Leyenda, I'm Tomar, doing all of that, and not had one problem. And I'm, in Santo Domingo, I'm in Piantini, and I'm seeing Lamborghinis drive by, and I'm like, this isn't the hellhole that the media told me it was going to be. This is a dope place. And the big time that I ever felt that was when I went to Africa, and I'm like, this isn't that bad. I mean, yeah, you could go and find some rough spots. You can go to areas of cities in America and see places that are just as rough, like Detroit. There's areas here go and see like just slum area, like like the slums, whatever you want to call it. So I think that once you've been to places, you start to realize that every place has the good parts and the bad parts, and you start to realize that we have a lot more in common with the world than we think. And there's actually some countries that I'd rather be in right now, and that's that. So Africa was cool, but Africa, right? Oh my gosh, I'm going back. Like I want to visit too. I want to go to the East. I've been to East Africa. I'm going to go to Central Africa, South Africa, and West Africa next. Just do the whole thing.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm getting so pumped just hearing your plans. Just hearing your plans because like we just want to be able to travel and experience new things, right? And I hope the best for you, Richie.
I'm an idiot, like I went to Brazil a couple of weeks ago, and again, Brazil had like the super high case count. Like it was, but I had some buddies out there, some game dev buddies that I wanted to meet with, and like I had already had everything planned out. And so I don't know, I just took my precautions. Like I don't advise, like, don't do anything like unless you've properly assessed your risk, and you've done everything in your power to keep people safe, like. And so I came back, I self-quarantined, like I locked myself away for the CDC recommended period, got my COVID test, got 2 of them things, both of them came back negative, and now I'm out of the quarantine.
Nice. Do you have roommates?
No. Yeah, I got a whole household, so I got to keep everybody safe. And like my father lives up from where I am right now. My dad's like around the corner. I've got my grandparents that are right around the other corner, and I don't want to get anybody sick. Like that's the main thing. And I can ramble on about that. And even me, like I've got stuff, like I've asthma. Like what? I don't want to get sick either.
It's a hefty responsibility, right? And,
Yeah.
with that being said, like, thank you for joining in on an initiative that, made an event like this safe and accessible, right? Like,
Exactly.
there are
Exactly.
ways to do this. But I honestly wish you the very best in your travels. Also, you're getting a lot of interaction in chat. If you want to hop in there, I'm sure people would love to talk to you. One known who, again, I'm pretty sure I know who this person is, wants to talk to you more about your travels and, share theirs. So
Yeah.
there's
I'm
new
gonna hop
friends
in
to
that
be made.
chat. Definitely gonna chop in that chat. That's gonna be cool. I like the chat.
And of course, we see you rocking the Fuser jacket. What do you do over at Harmonix?
Yeah, so I had to rock some harmonics gear. So I'm a designer, and I'm working on a project that I can't really talk about. Hopefully, we can talk about it soon. But it's a game. We're working on a game, and it's
What
been
are games?
the most amazing experience ever in life. Like like getting into game design's funny because I never thought I would be doing that. Um, Eventually, like it's kind of like I kind of just fell into it, right? Like I started rapping. I was producing for Def Jam and producing music for like a few major label artists. And then I got the itch to rap. I was trash. I started rapping. I was so bad at rapping. Like if y'all don't Google my early shit, do it. Don't listen to Richie Branson